Welcome to this explainer. Imagine for a second that you've just walked onto a crime scene. Yellow tape is literally everywhere. Investigators are dusting for prints, and absolutely no one is allowed to touch a single thing until all the evidence is safely gathered. Well, what if I told you that exact same mindset is the secret to world-class industrial maintenance? We are going to explore root cause analysis, or RCA, as our ultimate forensic methodology for equipment maintenance. We're going to see how putting on your detective hat can completely transform how you handle machinery breakdowns. Let's kick things off with a literal industrial mystery straight from our source material. On May 8th, 2026, during totally normal operation, centrifugal pump P101 tripped because of high vibration. The machine just completely shut down. Now, the immediate symptom is obvious, right? The pump is vibrating way too much. But why did it actually happen? I really want to challenge you today to look way beyond those obvious symptoms. Because, if we just swap out a broken part and walk away, we're basically guaranteeing that we'll be back at this exact same crime scene in a few months.
Okay, so here's our game plan for the investigation. We'll define what RCA is, walk through the step-by-step process, check out some essential tools, apply them to a real-world example, and then wrap up with some best practices. Let's dive in. What actually is RCA? Really, it's all about making that huge shift from stressful, reactive repairs to calm, proactive solutions. So, by the book, root cause analysis is a systematic method used to identify the real cause of an equipment failure, breakdown, or maintenance issue. But here is the absolutely crucial part of that definition, so that the problem does not happen again. RCA is essentially the hardcore detective work you need to ensure a failure never repeats. It's about hunting down that true underlying flaw, whether it's physical, human, or organizational, and just eliminating it for good. Moving right along to Section 2, the step-by-step process. This is the forensic framework that takes the chaotic, messy breakdown and turns it into a highly structured investigation. Our sources lay out a really logical 6-step workflow. First, you identify the problem, what happened, when, where. Then you collect the data. Third is cause analysis. Once you find that root cause, you develop your corrective actions, you implement them, and crucially, you finish up with verification to make sure it actually worked. This sequence builds a bridge right from the initial failure to a permanent fix. Let's actually zoom in on step 2 for a second because it's a real game changer. Data collection, or securing the evidence. Treating a broken machine like a crime scene is an absolute must. Before anyone even touches a wrench, you have to gather the facts. Snap photos, take videos, pull the alarm histories and control system data, interview the operators, and most importantly, preserve the broken parts. Check for leakage, burn marks, the state of the lubrication. If you just make assumptions and immediately start fixing things, you're literally destroying the exact evidence you need to solve the case.
And, you can't solve a complex case solo. You gotta form a squad. You want folks from maintenance, operations, reliability engineers, maybe even the vendor specialists. Bringing all these different perspectives together is the bedrock of the investigation. They're going to dig through maintenance histories, operational data like load conditions, and technical data like engineering drawings and vibration trends. You need all of that to see the full picture.
Section 3, Essential Maintenance, RCA Tools. Now that we have our team and our evidence, we need the right gear to actually make sense of it all. You've got quite a few tools at your disposal here, and what you pick really depends on how complicated the failure is. For simple root cause finding, you've got the 5 why method. Need to categorize causes into buckets like man, machine, or method? You'd go with a fishbone diagram. For spotting major reoccurring problems, there's Pareto analysis. And if you're dealing with a really complex system where a bunch of things failed at once, you'd pull out fault tree analysis to break it all down logically. Now let's jump back to our initial crime, that centrifugal pump P101. We're going to apply the simplest but honestly maybe the most powerful tool in the whole box, the 5 whys analysis. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to act like a very persistent toddler and just keep asking why until we hit the true root cause. Let's trace this together. Why did the pump fail? Well, the bearing was damaged. Okay, why? Because lubrication was insufficient. Why was it insufficient? Grease line was blocked. Why was the line blocked? Because the preventive maintenance inspection was missed. And finally, why was the inspection missed? Because the maintenance checklist was incomplete. Boom! Look at how perfectly that flows. We just walked straight past a busted piece of metal, right into a systemic organizational flaw. Right there, that's your aha moment. The real culprit was never a faulty bearing. It was an inadequate checklist.
By fixing that organizational document, we take control of the whole process, and we guarantee that a blocked grease line and the dead bearing that comes with it literally never happens again. Moving to Section 4, let's solidify all this by looking at another real-world example from our sources, the curious case of the overheating motor. Picture this. Your team gets an urgent call because a motor is just running dangerously hot. They secure the scene, collect the data, and here are the clues they find. The cooling fan is physically damaged, there is a massive amount of dust built up inside the casing, and they observed a really high electrical current running through it. Those are the hard, indisputable facts. So they run the RCA, and what do they discover? The true root cause was simply that the preventative maintenance cleaning schedule wasn't followed. Once again, we've got a physical symptom, dust, and a broken fan, pointing directly back to a failure in following a process. Now, here is the absolute kicker. There is a massive difference between just fixing a problem and actually preventing it from ever coming back. Replacing the fan and cleaning the motor, that's just an immediate, reactive fix. You solved it for today. But preventive actions, revising the schedule, adding thermal inspections, monitoring the checklists, that's what an RCA-driven team does. Those actions are specific, measurable, and they guarantee that motor stays cool for years. Which brings us to our final section, best practices for RCA. How do we take these wins and make them standard operating procedure to maximize plant reliability and safety? I want to highlight a quote straight from the source here. Focus on facts, not blame. This is absolutely critical. Effective RCA requires total psychological safety. Think about it. If your technicians are terrified of getting fired, are they ever going to admit they missed a step on a checklist? No way. To get to the real root cause, your investigation has to be a safe space driven 100% by data, not by pointing fingers. And how do you actually know if you nailed it? You verify it using KPIs. Has the failure happened again? Is your mean time between failures getting longer? Is equipment availability up? You also check those baseline stats. Are vibration and temperature finally back to normal? If all those numbers are trending the right way, you can officially close the case. When you put all this together, the bottom line impact is just huge, especially for critical stuff like manufacturing or power plants. Less equipment failure means fewer stressful disruptions. Higher reliability means operations are smooth and predictable. It obviously improves safety by preventing catastrophic failures. And, for sure, spending less time on emergency repairs means you are saving a ton of money. It's literally a win-win-win. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought. The next time a machine goes down, take a breath before you just reach for the toolbox. Ask yourself, are you just replacing a broken part to survive the shift? Or are you actually solving the crime to protect the plant's future? Embrace that RCA mindset, follow the data, ask why, and start preventing failures instead of just fixing them. Thanks for joining me on the investigation today.